5:47. I can't believe it's already the start of week 3. This class is already going faster than I thought it would, or it feels like it's going faster. I know that there is so much going on in your lives professionally and personally, and I'm right there with you, with 2 students, a high schooler and a middle schooler, trying to help teachers in my district and trying to balance Concordia as well, and it's hard, and that's okay. Things can be hard, and they can be good for us. So just encouraged that the discussion board posts I'm seeing are amazing, and really high quality, and it's really impressive. So keep up the great work. So let's jump into week 3. We're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it. That's all, and that's from the Breakfast Club. And it's interesting. I used a quote when I was working in middle schools with the students, saying, hey, the same concerns or challenges or issues or negative thoughts you have about yourself now, you'll have as an adult. You just get better at handling them and better at hiding them. And it's kind of the same idea. But I do think it's awesome and fun to embrace our uniqueness, because if we were all the same, school would be a terrible place, right? The uniqueness of the teachers and the educators are part of what makes it fun. I hope you're enjoying working in a group. I know not everybody loves group work, but it's so important to not only your professional lives, but also your academic lives, right? Most of what we do seems to be in collaboration. And so I always enjoy papers and presentations that come through the group mode. I have read through a couple of the papers. I haven't graded anything yet. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. So great work so far. I just did some spot checks. I'm hoping to grade those and the discussion posts either today or tomorrow. That's my goal. It could be Wednesday or Thursday before I finish everyone's. So let's jump into this week. Everything can be found right here on the announcement. But I'm going to go over it from the weekly view. So if once again you like the bullet point view, this table announcement is for you. And if you like the more laid out group view, you can just go to the week 3 and everything is right here for you. So all of chapter 5 in SUSA, and it really gets into the differences of the brain and the 2 hemispheres. A couple videos and a couple articles and a short brain quiz. So just know that this video here, 6 minutes, so it's not crazy long or anything like that. But it's really, really fascinating when you start getting into the physiology of the brain and how it affects learning. It's a really interesting video. And then this neuroscience basics video, once again, only 4 minutes. So the 2 videos combined are only about 10 minutes, and they're both they get deep into the science. Some of it could be a little over our heads unless you're a neuroscientist, but it's fascinating information. And then a couple articles. This one's 10 pages, and it's a little dense. Set aside a little bit of time to really focus and read on this one. This is not one you can skim it and pick out the information you need. Articles that you can do that too, I'm going to be transparent and let you know that. This one you really need to focus on. And then you still need your brain. Another short article, and this is from the New York Times. It's a little bit lighter. And so this one is not as heavy reading as the text or the previous article. And then there's a little quiz, right brain, left brain test. So watch the video, take the quick quiz, and it's just fun. It's something fun, and you can talk about it in your groups and in the discussion posts. So tasks and procedures. This is a different box that you won't see every week. It's really talking about starting to build your assignment for the final week, for week 8, that big graphic organizer. So you don't want to leave that till week 6 or 7. You really want to jump in and start building that as you go, and it's going to make your lives a lot easier, and also it's going to be a more effective project. So it's building a brain-compatible unit using a graphic organizer, and so here are some resources, some different ways you can do that. You can always jump to week 8 and look at the specific details on that assignment, but just want to throw that out there. Now's a good time to start jumping into that. Because it is a bigger assignment. You do have 3 discussion board prompts this week. So week 1, talking about the left and right brain hemispheres. So 1-page summary or reflection regarding the right and left brain, and that comes from the readings. And then also post information about your 30-second brain test. And really the 2 questions are, were you surprised by your results? Do you think your hemispheric preference favors your teaching, so your teaching style? And how does your style help or hinder the students in the classroom? So it's a really fascinating question that I'm really excited to see what comes out of that. Discussion prompt 2, it really is more focused on strategy. So to detail one specific strategy that you're currently using or plan to use, and then how it activates both hemispheres. And as always, support with facts and citations when needed. And this question I really love because the goal of it is not only to spur a good conversation, but for you to pick up strategies from your classmates that you may not have thought about because your brain works differently than theirs. And so there's some good nuggets that come out of that. And so there are 3, but this one's a little bit different because it's part of your group assignment, which we'll talk about in a minute. So essentially, someone needs to post, one group member, you don't need everyone, one group member needs to post a project for the group, put all group members' names in the text box. Everyone needs to respond to 2 group presentations by Sunday, but make sure once again that link is so anyone, not just anyone within your domain, but anyone can view that. So it's not a full initial post, but it is more responses. And then the group project. So this is based off your paper and what you are wanting to do. If we scroll down, that's the rubric for your paper. When we scroll down, and here's 1B, it's the presentation. So 8 to 10 slides. You can go over, it's fine. I just don't go to like 20 slides. If you get up 12, 14, 15, it's fine. Concepts, reflections, explain how you're going to do some integration. Make sure you still have a title slide, a reference. The one thing I always say is make sure in your slides, you don't need to put the citations on the slide. Put them in the notes. The speaker notes are really powerful in Google Slides, and they're not used as much as they should be. And then what you are actually going to talk to, because the slides should really be visual with some bullet points. If you want to put in the notes what you actually would say if you're presenting, that's really helpful to give me an idea of what and how you would present. So if you need any help or you have an idea and you don't know if it would be an idea that would work for this project, just let me know. And here's the rubric right here on how you'll be graded. So the different areas where you need to make sure you hit all the different things. So then looking ahead, there's a couple projects due, and I already mentioned the brain compatible unit for week 8, and that's a big signature assignment. But in week 6, there's an arts and movement project. So I would pop over to week 6 and just take a look at that. If you start that week 4, week 5, you're going to be fine, but you don't want to wait till week 6 because there is some work to do there. So that is week 3. We're already flying along, and if there's anything you need, as always, please remember to reach out, text, email, call, any of those are fine. Have a great week 3.